beauties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am talking to you guys about my bullying video, part 2 of the story. I was gonna say episodes and series and I was like, no, that's not what this is. I do just want to say thank you guys so much for your really kind words, love and support. That video was really hard for me to talk about, but I do feel like it's kind of like a base on where you guys can there's a rainbow! Guys, I feel like I'm in a movie! I don't know why I'm about to cry. Stop, oh my god guys, there's an actual rainbow. Like, that just brought tears to my eyes. Hello universe. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so guys, I do just want to say thank you all so much for your kind words. Sorry, I feel like I'm in a dream and this is a movie, and rainbows are magical and just so bright and they're like a miracle. So again, I'm going to take this as a sign from the universe that I am on the right path, you are on the right path watching this, and we're all good to go. I am going to explain how I got myself, how I turned my very serious frown upside down. So as you guys know from the previous video, if you haven't already watched it, I highly recommend to watch it because then it would make a little bit more sense through this video right now. I reached rock bottom within my confidence. I had the worst confidence, really bad low self-esteem, definite depression and a lot of anxiety. So it then became to like the end of year 10, the end of year 10, the beginning of 11. Now, growing up, I've actually had two best friends who both of their parents are hairdressers, and hair for me is something really, really big. From opening up about my story to my mum and my parents, and it was now a thing, ever since the day that I wanted to harm myself and not want to be here anymore, something switched in me, and my thought process, me looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, Zoe, something needs to change, babe, because you can either sit down here and destroy yourself and distort yourself and pick out all of these lumps and bumps or something that you do not like about yourself, or you can look at yourself through love and light. And it was from that moment that I literally chose to put a big smile on my face. I faked it until I made it, because I was so far from myself that my only option was to fake it until I made it. And then I read this quote once and it said, you've been broken down into pieces for a reason, and it said that the world needs you open. So basically, like, your breakthrough, like the darkest and deepest times are actually what I think is what builds the pieces together and makes you understand you at your truest, rawest and purest self. So the next day I then actually went to speak to my friend. We had the same maths class together, and I noticed that because I went to her around her house a few times, she'd always put like a roller in her hair and like curling her hair and just always making it look really pretty, and she had the best hair, like really thick, it was brown hair, it was just amazing. Like, she is amazing. And I was like, can you just like teach me? So we actually ended up getting a job together. In my first ever job was working at a hair salon. But background story, I used to play around with my hair a lot, and I've actually from a very, very young age loved to play with my hair. I never used to let my mum do my hair from the age of like 6, 7. Whenever she tried to touch it, girl, no, I would scream. I would always want to do my own hair myself. I would put clips in it, I would plait it, I would brush it, and so on. And hair to me is a way that I found light within myself. I experimented more with hair than I would say with makeup. I felt as though the more I'd done my hair, the more I just made an effort with myself. I made a conscious effort to feel good and look good. So I would every day like put a roller in my hair before bed, and I'd like literally just scrunch it up in a bun so it would be like wavy for the next day. And just like adding that volume to my hair just made a difference within myself. I no longer looked like this really unconfident, low person. You could see within myself that the more I took time and care on myself, it was almost like I found my hobby. My hobby was to do hair, and I think it makes sense now as to why I got my first job in hair. It was my light, and it is my light. Like, I'm so grateful and happy that I know hair, the ins and outs of hair, because of my experience in this world. Like, I do think that that's such a godsend. And at the time I didn't realise that, because I just didn't. I was so still lost, but not as lost. This is where the law of attraction comes in. I actually didn't realise that I was playing around with the law of attraction from a very, very young age. So, as I started to feel better within myself, I would talk to myself with loving words. I would wake up every day and point out things that I love. Like, I love your eyes. Like, I love my eyes. I would just experiment with different mascaras to make them look like beautiful and fluttery and flowy. And again, the red lipstick is why it's a classic lip on myself. Red lipstick actually means so much more than what, like, you'd ever know, because I feel like my red lipstick is just my go-to lip. It's like whenever I feel low or I just want to be bold and like, hey babe, I'm here, the red lip is always my go-to lip. And what had actually happened was, from the lowest point to kind of picking up the pieces of finding myself, one of these guys came up to me in my year group. His name was, let's say, like, Andre. It wasn't Andre, but we'll say Andre. And he came up to me, and I was just after maths, and he was like, hey Zoe, like, can I talk to you for a minute? And I was like, yeah. But I didn't say yeah, because I was so used to people being like, you're fat, you're ugly, like the horrible names. I was used to that. So I did have a defense mechanism, like, yeah, you know, like, yeah. And he was like, Zoe, can I play? Literally, like, he held my hand, but not in like a weird way. He just went, can I please just tell you how beautiful you are? And I was like, thanks. But I didn't believe it, because I thought, are you being serious? Like, when you're so used to these people like saying the most, and to be honest with you, he never used to bully me, but like, I was so used to every boy hating me and cussing me and looking at me in a horrible way that I didn't feel genuine.
It means the sport of hunting game animals such as hares with
Siri babe, do you want to be part of the video? No, like, what is your problem, babes? So I was like, oh my god, thank you so much. And it was from that day that I was like, do you know what, Zoe? Everything, I think, comes back to you. It's the energy that you put out into the universe. I chose to turn the biggest frown upside down to be smiley, happy Zoe. And, you know, it takes so much hard work and a really conscious effort to, like, literally, when I would get a fat thought, and I'm not trying to say that now I'm the most perfect person, I think, oh my god, I'm perfect and I'm amazing and I never get, you know, bad days, because I do. But the key and the power to this is learning to control your thoughts, learning to flip the switch. I just flipped the switch. Anyways, that's a Drake song. Learning to flip it around, learning to twist it and tweak it. If I got a fat thought in my head, I'm like, nope, F you. You're amazing, you're beautiful, I like your hair, I like your eyes. I just learned to love myself, and that grows over time. Even in relationships, like, I would be really scared to like show my naked body to the person that I loved at the time. But then I think the more that you evolve and the more that you feel comfortable in your own skin without people, but also, you know, with maybe somebody that you love, the more accepting and open you are with being you. Because if you know, really think about it, you're born naked, and you know, these clothes we put on to obviously cover up and not be too nudity and stuff. But if you can love the truest, purest, rawest version of yourself, I think that you're ahead with your self-confidence, love journey. And a few things that help me are definitely positive affirmations. And do you know what I think actually is just finding myself. Doing hair brought a light into my day. It gave me something to look forward to. Like, every night I'd do my hair, I'd play with it, I'd look on YouTube at endless tutorials. I always remember scrolling through Twitter when I was younger, and the number one quote that I always used to come across is something along the lines of, the most important opinion of you is yours. Your opinion means the most. And you know what, this is so true. And I feel like now I then learned to understand that quote the moment I started to change my mindset, is because words are just an energy exchange and a vibration. The reason as to why you're even watching me and listening to me and hearing me right now is my voice is speaking. This vibration is coming through to your screen right now, your computer, your laptop, your phone, whatever. And if you learn to believe positive thoughts about yourself and you start to change the way that you think and speak about yourself, switching it up from I'm ugly to I'm pretty, switching it up from I'm fat to I love my body, thank you for existing. So, you know, it's switching and tweaking and just believing. Anybody's words and quotes are only ever as powerful as you make them. If you give that quote or somebody's words or speech, you entertain it and you believe it and you cling on to it and you look into it, that's when you're giving somebody the power. It's all about switching up the power, not from them, but every time just align yourself back with yourself. Put yourself back to your own body and your own being, because people's comments are only ever as powerful as you truly make them. If somebody says something to you that you don't quite like, you can either respond, retaliate, which, you know, number one, it's okay to stick up for yourself, but it's all about, again, putting your own energy back into yourself, and don't even waste time on these people and these, you know, people that don't even know themselves, so then they want to just come back at you. And to be honest with you, it's all like it's like a circle, and it's like a bounce back thing, because it's like, I see beauty in others, so my mindset isn't hate to every single person. You know, if somebody doesn't love themselves, they're more likely and prone to pick out the worst in somebody, because that's matching their same frequency. I think the number one thing is that everybody does go through things behind closed doors, but not everybody has the courage or confidence to speak up about it. Now, if there's anything that I've always loved to do with my social medias and this channel, is if I could just spread the love and relate to you guys, because realistically, like, we are all one. There isn't much difference between me and you. Like, my personal belief is that we are all connected to one being, one thing. I believe in God, I believe in the universe, you know, whatever you call this lifetime, this planet that we're on, the thing, the higher, you know, above. I hope you guys are having a wonderful and amazing day, and I also hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. So if you did, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and also I've noticed that you guys are really comfortable and way more active on my social medias. I get loads of comments about my videos on my Instagram, so don't be shy, guys. So just leave a little comment down below, let me know your thoughts, let me know your opinions, and I will love you and leave you. Bye, guys.